everyone. Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about your glutes and how to relax them and then utilize them properly so that you can decrease low back pain, improve how you engage your core, and just feel better in general and strengthen those glutes. So this is a lot for anyone with low back pain, anyone with core weakness, especially people that are recovering from postpartum time, like they've just had a baby. I had a baby 10 months ago, and so I am actually working on this myself at the moment. So what I want to talk to you about is the fact that a lot of us tend to clench our glutes because our cores are weak. So if you have weakness throughout this entire part of your body, abdominals, low back, all of that kind of area, a lot of times your glutes will overcompensate and they will clench. So it's really interesting. A lot of times you won't even realize that you're doing that, but once you become more aware of it, you'll be thinking throughout the day, oh my gosh, yeah, my glutes are clenched constantly. And this is what can give us the mom butt. So if you're clenched, it kind of just sucks everything in, lengthens everything, and that's the mom butt look. So let's get away from that mom butt. Let's get back our glutes. Even if you haven't had a baby, this is fantastic for if you just have weakness for some reason, or you've had a previous injury. So what I want you to think about throughout your day is releasing that glute clench, because your glutes actually cannot work if they're constantly clenched. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if a muscle is constantly tight, it can't tighten anymore and it can't relax in order to contract. So what we have to do is think about relaxing these glutes. So what you're going to do is actually squeeze them harder and then completely relax. If you squeeze them, it'll allow you to feel like what that feels like to relax them. Do that all throughout your day. Start becoming aware of how much you're actually engaging and contracting and squeezing those glutes all day. And we don't want to do that. We want them to be relaxed so that when we need to use them for core strength and stability, we can engage them. Because once again, if they're already clenched, they're not going to engage. So what you're going to do is throughout the day, like I said, relaxing your glutes, but then we're going to work that into what I call the hip hinge. So the hip hinge, we're going to use all day. It's crazy. When I started working on this, I couldn't believe how much I do this throughout the day. So a lot of times, if your glutes are clenched, anytime you go to wash the dishes, pick up something out of the dishwasher, the tiniest stuff. I was cooking yesterday and getting something out of the oven. Every single thing I realized, oh my gosh, I'm doing it like this. Look what happens to my back. That puts you at really high risk for disc injury, because when our backs are flexed like that, it actually puts the disc in a really injury-prone position. So we don't want disc bulges, things like that. The other thing is completely shuts off our glutes, and if you're squatting, look how much stress is on my knees. So we don't want that. So what you're going to do is you're going to practice this hip hinge by squeezing your glutes, completely relaxing them. Make sure you have nice relaxed glutes, and then you're going to bend forward by keeping a nice straight back. So what we don't want is sticking the butt out, because look at how much that arches my back. That's not good for the back either. You want to keep a nice straight back, and then you're just going to bend forward and come back up. And make sure that your glutes are nice and relaxed the entire time. Bend forward, come back up. So what's happening is, instead of being clenched here and hinging through our low back, what we're now doing is we're lengthening out our glute muscles so that they can eccentrically load, which is also a way of utilizing the muscle. It's not that they're completely turned off, they're just eccentrically lengthening. And then as we come up, we can then contract them concentrically and utilize them that way. So both ways we're still utilizing the muscle. It's not like it's completely shut off, but you're utilizing it throughout the full length of the muscle, which is what it's meant to do. So if you want to practice that in a slightly different way, you can go up against a wall, or in this case a door. You're going to stand about a foot or so away from the wall, and then you're going to let those glutes relax, and then bend forward, touch the wall, and then come back up. So practice this all throughout your day, not necessarily against the wall, but practice this when you're leaning over to do the dishes, when you're leaning over to, when you're brushing your teeth and you're spitting in the sink, when you're leaning over to pick something up off the table. You will be amazed at how many times a day you actually do this. And if you're constantly in a state of clenching and contraction, it puts you at really high risk for continued injury, and it won't allow you to improve. So once again, relax the glutes, lean back, touch your butt, keep the back nice and neutral. Once again, not here, but not rounded like this. Touch your butt and come back up. If you're still clenched like this, what you'll notice is to get back there, your entire body has to go back, like your whole leg has to go back towards the door. You don't want that. So if you're nice and relaxed, pretty much your butt is gonna go back towards the door, but your legs stay in this angle. So all throughout your day, utilize that, and hopefully you'll probably start to notice some soreness in your glutes because you'll actually be using them properly. All right.